My name is David Smith. I'm 72 years old. And before you scroll past this video thinking, this is not for me, let me say one thing that might save you years of regret. I started YouTube at 70. Please don't make the mistakes I made. If you're young, listen to me. If you're tired, listen to me. If you think it's too late, especially listen to me, because I once believed tomorrow would always be there. And tomorrow almost ruined my life.
I was born into a simple life. No shortcuts, no inheritance, no special connections. Just a belief drilled into my head by everyone around me. Get a job, work hard, be loyal. Everything will work out. So I did exactly that. At 29 years old, I got a job at a company that promised growth, stability, and security. The words sounded beautiful. They felt like a warm blanket. I married my wife soon after. We were young, hopeful, and foolishly confident that life would take care of us as long as I kept showing up every morning. For 40 years, I showed up. I woke up before the sun. I missed birthdays. I missed anniversaries. I missed family dinners. I missed moments that never came back. I told myself, I'm doing this for my family. But the truth is, I was doing it out of fear. Fear of starting over. Fear of trying something new. Fear of failing. Every month, I earned just enough to survive. A paycheck that disappeared as fast as it arrived. I told myself retirement would fix everything. I imagined peaceful mornings, paid bills, maybe a little travel with my wife. I imagined dignity, but imagination doesn't pay rent. At 69 years old, I retired. No pension, no retirement benefits, no safety net, just silence. The company I gave 4 decades of my life to shook my hand and moved on. 40 years reduced to a farewell email and a cardboard box of memories. That's when reality hit me like a punch to the chest. My wife and I sat at the kitchen table one night, bills spread out like accusations. Rent, food, medicine, electricity, numbers we could no longer outrun. I looked at her, and I felt something I had never felt before: shame. Not because I didn't work hard, but because I didn't work smart. Because I never asked myself the most important question: how will I survive when this ends? Life after retirement was brutal. I watched my wife skip meals so I could eat. I watched her smile so I wouldn't worry. And every night I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, asking myself where I went wrong. At 70 years old, when most people are told to rest, I was desperate. That's when the idea of YouTube entered my mind, and I laughed. Me? YouTube? At 70? I told myself all the excuses you're probably telling yourself right now. I'm too old. I don't understand technology. People won't listen to me. Young people are already doing this better. Weeks passed, then months, and every day I delayed was another day closer to giving up completely. One night, after watching my wife quietly fold clothes in a dimly lit room to save electricity, something inside me broke. I realized something painful. Procrastination had stolen 40 years from me, and I wasn't going to let it steal the rest. I sat down with an old phone, no fancy camera, no studio, just honesty. My hands were shaking, my voice cracked. I pressed record and talked about my life, my mistakes, my regrets, my fear. I uploaded the video and expected nothing. The next morning, there were comments, people thanking me, people saying, "This feels like my father talking," people saying, "I needed this." I cried. For the first time in years, I felt useful. I kept posting every day, even when views were low, even when my voice sounded weak, even when I doubted myself. I talked about working too long for too little, about trusting companies blindly, about loving your family but forgetting to plan, about fear disguising itself as loyalty. Slowly, the channel grew. At 70 years old, I learned thumbnails. At 70, I learned titles. At 70, I learned consistency. And then, less than 6 months later, I got monetized. The first YouTube payment wasn't huge, but it felt like freedom. Today, at 72, YouTube helps me survive. It pays bills. It puts food on the table. It gives my wife and me dignity. But more than money, it gave me purpose. So when I look into this camera now, I'm not just telling a story. I'm begging you, start now. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait until your body is tired and your options are few. That tomorrow you keep promising yourself, it might not come. If you're working a job that barely pays you, plan your exit. If you have a dream you keep postponing, start messy. If you think you're too old, remember this. I started YouTube at 70. And if I could go back 40 years, I wouldn't change how hard I worked. I would change how long I waited to believe in myself.